As you look back, you think, so love did do him in, after all. If it weren't for her, he would not have been there. The shot would not have connected with his soft palate. She's silent, holding on to her coffee mug. No vapor rises from it. It's cold. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see.
Yeah. I'd like to think he didn't love me, or that it was chemically induced and not real. Easier that way. I don't know. I was just...
Yes?
Officer? Okay.
She nods.
Yes, miss. I hope you don't mind. All right.
Coolly. You clearly...
Jackpot.
Large prints, everything around. The man on...
It's you again. What is it? Why? Sounds like you're making her a suspect. Ruby's one of us. We're not gonna throw...
And fuck you too, moral
Ruby is missing. If you hide from the police in a murder investigation, you become a suspect. You know how it works, guys.
That's nothing. That's just legalese. You don't even have a sound theory.
I think we'll keep sticking around, Titus. You'll be surprised at how quickly a theory presents itself.
It's you again. What is it?
A sudden flash of lightning in your neocortex. The hostel cafeteria is lit by its airy blaze. Floor plans, bullet trajectories, webs of human emotion, all channeled into a single thought. A massive activity spike in the amygdala copicum, the part cops use to pin murders on people.
Because she was here all night.
He's cobbling together shit so he can put her away. It's cop one.
She was here all night? 11:30 to 12:15? She was here during all that...
Yeah, with us, drinking, near the stage there.
No. All right, she took a fucking leak, okay? For one moment. Maybe went out too. She has an opera.
That's probably for the best. Don't break your stride now.
And just 'cause she was gone for 5 minutes doesn't mean she magically got to the roof and shot.
All right, we're in. We got Ruby unaccounted for sometime during the winter. You got his attention. Now don't ruin it by making weird claims. Remember, you can still mess this up.
How? People say they're
East Delta Pinball Arcade. Weird place. Went bankrupt.
okay, but how'd you get up? There's no room for a staircase in this.
The elevator is outside the building. It's an old dumbwaiter used for moving pinball machines up and down from the workshop. Ruby could have gone up, shot him, come down. All under 7 minutes.
That's quite the theory. We need to...
I'm on it, boss. Right when the...
It's a dumbwaiter, not an industrial lift.
Just now. You got something else to back this route up? Or is that it? Why not? Again, maybe from the coat garbage. It wasn't a Sambo.
It's never a Sambo fighter, and it's...
Or ghost. It's never a ghost either. Don't worry, we've got better than that.
I told you not to say that. This is not a joking matter for him.
I've seen the winch. I'm not blind. That's Wall Mystery down there. And right, what the fuck does that got to do with Ruby?
Wow, man, can we? I mean...
That'd be awesome. I beat...
All right, all right. We can get the barman to bring them down. What else? Footprints. Recent. Horizontal? I see they taught you well in your RC. Good news is...
He knows they had to be recent for those lines to still read. This wasn't a failure.
I don't like guessing, Carl.
It opens the steel door in the kitchen, the one that leads upstairs to the roof. This key was right here, with you, all the time.
Quit jumping to conclusions, Theo. You took that key.
Now, the ribbon was old, faded. It had been there for 20 years at least.
And then put it back. Why?
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows.
I don't like guessing.
It opens the...
Quit.
Now, the ribbon...
Why? This doesn't make sense.
It doesn't fit well, but it fits. And he knows.
Firmly doesn't go well with could've. But a route does not put that bullet in his head. A gun does that.
Phase 2, murder weapon. Get a gun in her hand. If not that, then at least a shadow of a doubt. In the shape of a gun.
God damn. That's just about your favorite topic, isn't it?
You were warned not to bring it up. He's about to blow his fuse.
Trouble. This is Revachol. Even the roid heads in the gym had a...
He's angry because he knows you're right. What he's saying only confirms your theory.
You lost your gun?
Tell me, did you lose it before the murder? You didn't. And
Stop thinking about your lost gun.
This was merely a thought exercise. He did not lose his gun. Let's move on.
I don't knock up. Why don't you fight?
Easy now.
Titus, we're not seriously considering it.
Phase 3, the big one. Get this and they'll give her to you. Remember, don't piss him off. That never works.
Yeah. Like what?
The big man falls.
Yeah, but they're both girls.
Girls like girls too, Angus, sometimes. This is one of those times. She liked Glacier.
Yeah? No. Ruby's got more balls than a ball pit. You'd have to be an idiot not to... Guys, I'm not the only one who...
You what? First he says she's murdered him. Now she's a too? It's a lie.
Come on, Glenn. She likes Monica's titties more than you do. Everyone knows which way.
I did. I knew it. That's why she didn't fuck me at Fatty's birthday.
She didn't fuck you, 'cause you're 40, and you still live with your mom, Dennis.
Ruby then threatened her and told her to end her relationship with the deceased.
This is some sordid shit. It's also the kind of garbage our Miss Aronier puts out to cover her own ass. That Ruby is queer as cabaret. Now that and that's okay. Some are queerer than others. You can...
If that's the case, then it's not right. But it's not the case.
There are many pieces that fit together that way, Eugene. Face it.
There's no fucking leadership challenge. Just when I thought she would take him.
Man, now he's just throwing...
Okay, we ruled out infighting. That's how this works.
There's a bit of truth in there for...
And I suppose you have a
Think about it. Why go through all that effort? It was her idea.
She had, like, a fully formed plan and shit.
Really, Shanks? Claudia wanted to talk to another girl. That...
Time for a logics demonstration.
You're on thin.
It's a thought exercise, Titus. Think. You kill him. Get up there. Shoot him. Get down.
Alone.
If she used us, then that's a... But she didn't. This is fucking stupid, Titus. This and the queer thing, all of it. Why are more of you defending her?
Glenn, I thought the same thing when she skipped town.
Oh, so he didn't rule her out completely. And she's skipped town. This is good.
Nah, man. That's just Ruby.
Plus, man, it's like female intuition, you know. Women talk to women. Which is sort of why we need someone on the team who they talk to. Yeah.
Wishful thinking has no place in a police investigation. A more serious consideration that you wish to avoid is that she knew what happened because she did it. You had expressed, on occasion, your dislike.
Whack someone in my district? That doesn't carry much favor with time.
It's the kind of chin-rubbing. Silence. The old man in the corner. Not a very small nod. And this is the only option he cares for.
Yeah, I see it. There's one more thing I've been wondering about. Ever since you asked me where she is. I don't know where she went. She just got up and left. She was afraid I would tell you. Maybe she was right. By now.
She knew there's evidence on her, and she knew we'd find it. This is
Perhaps. Ask her if you find her. It won't be easy, though. She made sure of that. Friday afternoon, when you first arrived, I got word the RCM was in town. Then I told you. You. Yes, you. The cop with the sideburns and the disco clothes.
And a hole in his heart. That first.
Why not? You suck on that gun like someone tore you a brand new asshole. How can I forget? You know, when I first saw you limp in here, I thought she was paranoid or sniffing her own supply. But now I'm not so sure. She said you have a funny taste in clothes and that you won't stop.
Never. Not until the case is solved. And then...
Not until you have something on her. She says she's heard of you from Jamrock, that you're a human can opener, that you play suspects against each other, open them up like cans.
Fucking hell. Titus, did he just...
Open Angus up like a can? Yes, he did. Now, we can whine about it, whack him, or we can go on with our lives. I'm having...
It's not an actual question. Silence. He nods.
You are insistent.
Yeah, there was something else. She wouldn't tell me, though. I could see she wanted to. It was burning on her lips.
Scared. You should... Everard's file on you seemed thin on info. She must know from somewhere else. From Jamrock. Something more.
No. Her and Everard. They don't talk. They've never met. They have no relation. She's not far. We know that much. She didn't take her...
Good fucking luck, man.
Yeah, Al. And...
She's not really a hardy candidate anymore, is she?
She's not, Glenn. A little.
Where have you looked for her, more precisely?
More precisely, on the coast, past the waterlock. She's not here. Sure, there's some shit houses there, a cinder block town. Fisherfolk there refuse to unionize. I hear they have a shack where junkies sometimes...
We will start there. One more question.
Boyish, hair's red, dyed. She looks like a Lowry man. The what now?
She said she's building a...
What?
We were talking about radio equipment. She said she...
This guy barely understands what...
There you have it. Hail some...
It feels like you'll get to know. Soon enough.
It'll have to.
His grip is firm and reassuring, like holding a piece of unpolished granite. Not just granite, tightly packed RCM Sergeant material.
When are you gonna get it through your dumb head? I already am.
And he still isn't. People aren't afraid of good cops in the way Ruby was afraid of you, he thinks.
Again? I can't believe this shit. Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not wasting time. There is no time. You think he was hanged as a cover-up? To hide the shooting? Okay, well... I don't know. Oh my god, there's... Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. We're not. I get it, okay. But what is the motive? That would be my first guess. Yes. I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. A cover-up. What the author of the... You don't have a motive? I don't know. Oh my god. Okay, why not? Let's do the old thing over again. Well, where have you looked for her? West of here? Tough luck. The place is ruined from the bombardment. I don't know. Oh my god, there's...
Yes? What? I don't know what to say.
Don't say anything, Judith. Me? No. I'm just a man with sunglasses. I like wearing sunglasses inside. Sunglasses and...
Okay.
I'm just looking...
You?
No one. I'm just a man with sunglasses. And you are?
You're a fucking asshole. Are we done here?
God damn it, you...
Can I actually...
Yes, of course.
Okay. Yes. That was...
What?
Jean, he's not...
You think so?
It was very nice. Different.
Hey, was there something you needed? Do I have...
He's sound.
Am I wearing a... Am I...
Because he's not a bartender.
Because I'm not...
Watch you play it calm.
Like what?
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That ruby of yours? Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Clasia. Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash? No, they didn't. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boy. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. Don't listen to this guy. The theory was solid. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown...
Yes, what is it? What? No.
She has not seen her, sire. 'Tis true.
Good morning, cop!
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you. Goodbye.
Welcome back. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night and see the shadows move down the coast. Exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelmingly fun dance party.
The silver bird has already...
Yo, man, what's on your mind?
An old door, worn.
It's military. The washerwoman.
Just dead and dying. Poor thing. Metal payphone under a yellow plastic dome. There's a bitter life is gone. There's some tear. No.
A tragedy.
He shakes whoever now. There's some tear. You see, it's hot.
Hello. No, I'm afraid I can't help.
So you haven't...
No, I'm sorry. As I...
There's something friendly and familiar. You see a slow... The trap is paused. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the cracked wall. Metal and plastic contraption, Bob's.
That over there. Must be the boy class you told us about.
Cold, air, tendons. Snapped the cords, moves across the water, leaving that splendor.
Indeed. Let's see what's inside.
The boy is not tied to anything. The cords dangling from the boy. The number 11 has been written on the yellow plastic.
Simple construction. Very.
There's something in there. It smells like you would expect it to smell. And just a dash of a shot glass's worth of seawater pours out.
Well, damn. I have no idea. Or think we do. This is a small loose end, either way. Not important, I hope. That may very well be the case. We should keep an eye on her.
You could ask the miss what she thinks. Later, if you have the time. The dome shape. The scruffy hair.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds with a dip.
Then we're definitely doing it.
You're stupid.
Our tenant, the policeman. Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. This is my little cinder block town. I know what...
She's being evasive.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be...
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other. No, it's not like that, man.
Enough of this. She better start talking right now.
There's not much to tell. People come and...
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. As you look at the floorboard, the edge of a floorboard, hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark. Nothing particular catches your eye. Something bad. You stick your hand in and start combing through a small cylindrical object, a 9mm bullet. The floorboard doesn't care, but
Our tenant, the... Damn that girl.
A bullet? You didn't put it there, did you? She...
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability.
Yes, early...
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
I cleaned it. No. She's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't...
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cross a few lines, but this time, how would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Aye, do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
Not a quitter, like you sometimes get, son.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only...
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. said it was part of the communal life. But I never saw her lose control of herself, the way some people do. Not that I know of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape milieux she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the... I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screech like a cat in heat. You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her head.
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Yes, it's going to be too much work for you to find her. Better for you to stay here.
The failed electric mute.
What more do you... Yes, let's say one thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her.
She really means it. It's an honest plea.
She's a good girl.
Mister, what were you doing in my fireplace? Oh, okay. Luby. Luby. My mom tells me I'm a big girl, but she doesn't know that.
Kids.
It's Lammy!
Lambie is a stuffed...
Yes, Lammy has lived a long life. Lammy was a Yes! Lammy was a resolutionary. Bye!
The legend!
Tequila... Can't really remember seeing any women.
It's a touchy topic. He really has no idea who this Ruby is, sire.
Danko.
There's... It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack.
In someone's abandoned shack.
He's afraid you've forgotten suddenly.
Nothing.
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
It's just a piece of clothing you've picked up. You do that, officer.
He sounds a little worried.
You took me up for that shit? You fucking idiot!
Your necktie sounds very... Yes, agreed. You should never take your necktie.
Here. I don't see signs.
See? trap is full of low porth.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. But until that happens, I can try to assist you. Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather's been good for... Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most... Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh. This calls for a funeral if you're... Police business.
I'll just keep the Cordeleche in the channel, if that's okay.
Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way.
Of course. Jet. Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here.
What brings you here?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now.
That. And she's also...
Spying has such a negative connotation. I did track your... Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordeleche red. Like blood, you see.
What is this? Destruction of...
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of the smell of salt and dog shit in the background.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men...
Fortunately for you, madame.
All right. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Perhaps you shouldn't have. I sort of liked it on her.
Above you, there forms a quilt of alto cube. Their cloud shadows slide over them.
Have I told you how they discovered this place? No. They're in Celindian. I'm guessing you don't know that. Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. The literacy rate is around 45% west of the river. 50 years of occupation have left... I knew you would sympathize. Most Revacholians will never know. Remind me to tell you one day.
Do we?
I hear you have singled out a suspect and are...
This story she will tell.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news.
Hello. No.
So...
No,
There's something...
I do, sir. Lomantang.
Wait. What does this...
Oh, I know.
Here's a form.
Dad's fight!
That's right, Mika.
worn by elements.
It's military. The washerwoman mentioned. The washerwoman.
Just pause. The dome-shaped plastic boy bobs up and down in the water amidst the trembling.
I wouldn't go so far as to could be.
You could ask them. The trap is filled. Pause. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the...
Meaning nothing for it.
A scattering of bullet holes is spread. A scattering of bullet holes is spread across the court, unable to piece together the big picture just now. The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth, smiling its... A scattering of bullet holes is spread. A row of ghostly shades stand facing the wall. There are many 10 meters away. Other shades are lined up in an orderly manner. Snowflakes fall a long time. The abundance of bullet. A host of men. They stand ordinary people. Foreign dissident. Maybe you should change. 7 men. Men of duty. Martyrs of the...
I don't know. I don't know who died here. Perhaps the ones executed.
Remember what...
Another likely scenario.
Or maybe...
Yeah. To be honest.
The commandant. A cold sea. Behind this building. The other one. A row of ghostly shades facing a crumbling wall. With another 7 shades behind this. There's no way the perp is in here, officer. Look how scarred.
The suspect? God, I hope not. I can't see a way in, though many have tried.
Not this time. The opposition is and dangerous. Dangerous too.
The suspect?
You see a slogan above the mural. There's something
in there? She could. Or she could be in...
Why single out this one building? Even though you're sure you succeeded, all is quiet. There is no code.
How do we? I was really... She's probably north of the village, and this place is a peninsula. We already scanned... And then there's the church. We've already searched that and can rule it out. I know it doesn't feel like... Anyway, we do it the old-fashioned way, sector by sector.
Trying to is a prayer of sorts.
Then, if we're desperate, we can look where we can't enter. Bunkers, storm drainage, display...
Walk the coat, buckle up and raise your collar. This... Suddenly, there's a sigh, carried on the mullet in through the collapsed roof, flowing down a concrete staircase.
She's down there.
Okay. Why? So, how do we get in there? The doors were on the collapsed side of this building. They're gone, basically. Perhaps you can climb them. We are not climbing anything.
There has to be a way to use brute force. A rusty ladder.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use the mounting brackets. However, they seem corroded and the peeling rust is razor sharp. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what? 3 meters above? Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing. Astral projection. Be open-minded about...
Teleportation is not a thing. Okay, let's say teleportation is a thing. Wouldn't you need some kind of scientific apparatus to create a teleportation field? You can't just do it without apparatus.
What are they talking about?
Teleportation, Mikael. It's generally...
Oh yes, it could...
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you right now. Your eyes slowly begin to adjust. The lieutenant looks over your shoulder.
Given that this isn't a martial arts thriller, it's highly unlikely. However, the pipe suggests there may be a net.
The lieutenant's face lights up.
And it's right here. A maintenance.
Oh yeah. Big boy time. This needs you to put your back into it. A thin leg as your eyes are, and nothing. Behind the pipe. You and the lieutenant lean all your...
Let's take a breather and try this again later.
The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. All you need to do is close your eyes and zoot, zap, pow, crink.
Oh my god, I can't believe it.
Bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical...
I just saw you climb the ladder. You just climbed it.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside.
Two rusty metal plates that slide.
What do you mean, who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me get the door. Officer,
You really ought to open this door. It's two rusty metal...
What do you mean?
It's much easier from this side. The panels on the rear...
Huh. I hope no one dangerous hurt. Yes. Time to investigate these passages. Let's move quietly and not make more sound.
mustachioed and mutton-chopped man.
Some radical or radicals were hiding out here. They left a long time ago. Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment back then. We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is, no one has gone through the trouble of cleaning out the old bunkers. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a piece of history.
Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair matched by someone crouched. There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure there were no.
He trusts your gut feeling on this.
Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pine...
You will upset the balance of power. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
Okay, why not? Whatever goes down,
Not closely enough, you...
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think.
He just can't be
yes. There won't be time for that once things go down.
If you must.
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will...
If you can't predict it, there's nothing...
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of surprise.
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly been sneaking.
Or maybe not. Either way, once...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, it's like 1,000 radio stations are being...
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your...
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain doesn't wish to hurt you. Not to call nobody. That's not going to help. You can't shield it. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static blasted from that pale emitter.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of... Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations.
So, what we are experiencing?
Precisely. This isn't it. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station.
She's been holed up in here for...
The pale? It's the end of the world. I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond. No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a... Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me. If you've got something really important.
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down.
She's carrying a two-barreled well, it doesn't feel much better. But you just keep her talking, and you'll get through this. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. She looks at the machine.
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am,
Oh, yes it is.
You should know the words to say. You've been here because you've been going around pointing a gun at yourself. No, wait. She flashes you an incredulous grin. Then she exhales sharply, shakes her head. You watch as her brains trickle out through her neon hair.
We clean up. It may take days for processing to pick up that tent there.
The plain red tent. You see a rolled up.
We should put her in the sleeping bag. So the
lieutenant nods. There she lies, cocooned in the sleeping bag. So magazines. You should look for assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage.
See anything?
Rager Monthly. Journal. You pocket the worn brown leather journal. She watches by.
We should read this immediately.
A thick journal. The cover is worn. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover sports an embossed. This was important to her. When it was still, the journal falls open. The large cursive of someone who writes quickly and confidently. It's a mix of logistical.
We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes.
Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor, sketches, calculations of distance and density. You make out a familiar spiral shape. Short, wry observations of people and places, probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can while looking for a way out. Remember, no one is indispensable. Nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. But that's another matter entirely. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand the thick journal bound in brown. The most recent entry is from even when I leave here, if I leave here alive. What's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run. Not really my idea of the open road. Man, I was really looking forward to winning.
I don't think she killed the mercenary. It looks like she might have been framed. Too bad we didn't really get to hear her side of it.
This whole thing was a detour, and a fatal one, he thinks. Don't get emotional.
By the Hardy Boys, by Classier, by us. Classier was the one who pointed the finger at Ruby. Perhaps she was trying to steer us away from herself, or... Either way, we need to keep an eye on her. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask. We should get to it.
The plane...
Our tenant,
Now, it is crisis, death. You can feel it in your blue soul. Be prepared. Your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pocket.
Then you'd better get ready, whatever happens.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt. We need to talk this through. All right?
Shut up! You're not gonna talk yourself out of this, loincloth shit fuck.
This is the mercenary at the gates. There's something very wrong with him.
This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your...
The Kipt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down...
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it.
He is facing overwhelmingly superior firepower, and he knows it. Peaceful. Nest in your abdominal cavity.
Fuck, there's a third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
If this turns into a firefight...
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
If this...
A sound...
My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. The Mercenary Tribunal.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
Pig fuck!
Ah, yeah! Welcome to the fucking party. You're probably gonna get killed too. I don't give a shit.
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just put the guns down and talk like civilized human beings.
With a wordless gurgle, the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm feels comforting and warm in your hand. Feels like it's saying, do it. Even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Who and Clue.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner. The raddest. The killer. What do you think he...
There, on the rim of Owen Clerven's helmet, you count little stick... about 50 little stick figures.
That's right. to you.
T, let's fucking do it. T.
Now, easy. Easy now.
Yes.
Yeah? So what? You should be drunk too. Or, like, drunker. You don't.
All right.
That didn't work at all. He's more focused now.
Who the fuck is...
Glacia, the woman upstairs. Where is she?
She left! She left! Her room's cleaned out! Right before these...
We should have arrested her.
You can feel how upset he is with himself. Just for a second.
Hey, Bushman!
She's gone. For God's sake, tell him the Hardys didn't do it. Present a case. Of course, nothing bad will happen. Talk even better. It will...
Don't fucking talk.
Okay, yes. Immediate international something.
There will be ramifications.
We're not fucking...
Say so. Easy now.
Yeah?
You should implicate yourself. Throw yourself onto the embrasure. Chest first.
No, wait! He didn't.
You think this is funny? How about the kid? That...
Listen, please. This cop...
He's gonna do it. He's gonna shoot her. The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him.
You're lying.
He wasn't hanged. He was shot by someone in Martinez. They're helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. The young woman stands and looks behind her.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they...
That's bad. You need to stop arguing now. This won't be won by talk.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes. A bull ready to...
She's gone, you stupid. Stay cool! The company bitches.
Guys, I just get in the way. I don't even have...
Hold your ground. Anymore.
They're afraid. No, the rest will stay. They would hold their ground, even if it means dying here with you. A small explosion expels like dice.
Go ahead. Give it another try. Do it, primitive. Take me out. Kill him.
To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. The shot rings and you stumble. Something violently tugs at your shoulder, pushing you backwards with incredible force. A volcano, the pain flows over your...
God, please.
Then, two shots ring and you hear a scream. But you're too hurt to see who. Blood gushes from the helmet's ice. An unbelievable Glenn dying in a puddle of blood behind you. Oh God, you see two cold eyes looking at you through all the smoke and panic, and a pistol raised, aiming at your a look of happiness. His eyes seem unnaturally bright. Here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire, and your legs can't. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur. Nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing.
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. A shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising his pistol at him. The lieutenant does not see it. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. Your hand, that's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. You hear a roar of pain, a death scream. The sound.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door. Of course. I know you do. Everybody leaves when they get the chance. Go on, keep falling.
He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. And rotting. And being disinfected.
He can't go. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. You're thirsty. Reach for the glass of water by the bed.
Hours turned to days. It was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only gets wild.
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double. Then
Sunrise, Parabellum. What happened? You shot the major, unsuccessfully. As retaliation, the rifleman shot you. He hit with his carabine. I was looking for... I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the...
This is not the first person to die in his place. He goes on.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo died before they made it to intensive care. Titus... Yes. You were bleeding out. I think you said you lied about being an amnesiac, and you warned me.
Thank you, although...
I was not able to kill him, as I should have. Cronell took him. A stray bullet killed the Pole, though. And that's what happened. Four. Glenn, Theo, Angus. The fat one. Yes. This is the one. He's in a private hospital across the river. Cronell claimed him from the local butcher shop where Titus died.
There is unveiled.
We won't get to him anymore. The good news is he's not coming here either. I did some damage. All. Let's face it, officer. It could have gone a little better. You could have not missed.
+1. Ruby.
But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. And we are still alive.
His smoking. His hunched back. You have it worse. But he took a real beating. That cigarette has medicinal purposes.
It's not ouch time yet. Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war. It's an cops like it. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt, I am relieved to say. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. That's right. Ouch, indeed. Yes, the joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's
pretty bad, officer. You've suffered 2 wounds. The first is below your shoulder. The bullet passed through your shoulder blade. The second shot hit you in the thigh, the left quadriceps. No major arteries were... We will see.
Through tears and blood and stitches tearing, it should be possible.
Not very. I have a concussion from the major beating. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see him coming. Stupid of me. No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me, I'm sure they are worried about you. I did. No need. Easy now. How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. We can't talk to Everhart. The harbor is in lockdown. Yes, she left yesterday morning. To meet the board of Wild Pines, or that is what I've heard. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone. And Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? I don't know. I think your incredibly dangerous theory about you... Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. I don't know. Yes, God cursed the footprints, not solving the case for us. We could find thousands more.
But they seemed so mysterious.
No need to be melodramatic. What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case. You don't have to. What is? Something.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
It really is.
That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good.
A gust of wind blows in from the bay. The duraluminum box around you vibrates imperceptibly. A familiar...
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one...
bathroom mirror has been wiped completely clean. You see the reflection still not happening, like the rest of you. These papers bear the...
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Behind darkness, I get it. Let's go. I am sure need...
Next to the I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S.
A gift. I am not drawing my gun, yet. But I...
Just don't relax.
It's hardly surprising.
This window...
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
Golden light melts like the witness said. The man is kneeling. The man looks directly, ending him. The red thread from the roof outside. Maybe if you extrapolate, the ray cast from the man's mouth unwrapped 72%. With a weapon, the lights were on in here. Point X would contradict none that you found thus. That's a 28%. The man does not know. According to B prime for 700 meters away, 1.2 kilometers away, 1 kilometer. The shot would have been a small miracle. Then there's the thread the witness left. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof. B triple prime. The island in the bay.
She was there that night. She would have known precisely. It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we... I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what? Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on... I remember. So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten a...
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. He is trying to justify there, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
Okay, let's go to the fucking... How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village.
The machine.
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended this establishment. And I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was an honest effort.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking back.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out that I don't remember everyone who comes here, and many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Yeah, I was, yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him. He nods back at you, even just two badass men nodding stoically. Make that 3. The lieutenant is nodding too, hands crossed.
No problem.
Seeing you approach, the bruised...
Oh, it's you. Didn't think we'd see you walking anytime soon.
Huh?
He's very...
Our condolences for your losses.
Does he look like...
He does not. His unshaven face, while still alive, he has abandoned...
He wasn't. That's the thing.
There's nothing left.
He has lost its survivor's guilt. He feels like he should have died with the others. He may kill himself if he doesn't find a new purpose.
What? Sons of bitches.
Was this really the best idea? I guess you may have prolonged his existence a bit.
If you think this will keep him from offing himself, I'll make sure to remind you. What's gonna happen to the Hardy boys? Look around you, man. No, man. I don't know. I guess the Union will still be policing the neighborhood, but who's gonna do it now? Me? No, man.
If any of them had leadership...
What? Fuck no. If I'd stay, we'd keep the name to honor Titus. Titus was... But thanks for the vote of confidence. If I don't stick around...
Yeah, man. You know?
I haven't got...
There's something there. A germ of determination.
Damn songbird of misery, that one.
And do you have any...
God said she took off...
Move on.
Yeah, you too. It's a rough world out there. Both of you. We shouldn't have fucked with you like we did. You got between us and a lot of bullets in that fight.
That's kind of you to say.
I will.
A sharp pain shoots...
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took... This was Cindy the Skull. The lieutenant crouched.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't... And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. The fuel oil catches fire immediately with an ominous hiss. What if the words are not directed at the people of Martinez, or even the coalition aerostat? The lieutenant has taken a small step back. The flames warmed him too.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside, the fuel burning out. The air...
Mon Dieu! You set it on fire. What kind of a policeman are you? That's nice. Better some...
My man, you're alive. Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy. Fuck it. I'm a bad guy now. There's things more important than holding a grudge. We are what we are. And you're a cop. Shoot. Okay.
Telling him is the lieutenant. What are you doing?
That's probably for the best. You keep your job to yourself. With a job like yours, you have to. Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
No, this guy has a mate. You see a set of tire tracks in the brown. The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
No wonder the cafeteria manager seemed frustrated when he was giving us directions to the yard. Well, you did provide us with a very convenient access point to the crime scene.
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool. People, they say you'd kind of died for a moment, that you let your shit out already, but then came back. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual.
Feels good for some reason.
Watch out, pig. It's a day. Who knows?
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Something is wrong. No reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening. It only happens when some... No more dangerous. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal.
They're shutting you up. Everything sounds okay. In the cabin, you see a set of...
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist?
Her voice...
Gottlieb, what is... Ah, it's you. Great. Any other complaints? Oh, it's you. Mm-hmm.
Anything else I can help you with? Does it... Yes. Oh, great.
You...
Anything else I can help you with?
10-4, come in. Roger that.
Stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife. It calls back to an older era where they're hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No, man.
He says it matter of fact.
Time will tell. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. You know it, friend.
Our tenant, even I can see that. Though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill. I'm not sure those were the loss.
Officer, what happened?
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for...
Look at you, you can barely walk. Doesn't look like nothing. What happened to you anyway?
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried about, madame.
That's nothing to brag about.
It's not...
You feel the ligament.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Better than being dead. Hi. I guess you are. Of course. That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative... If you promise to bring it back, and no scrape...
Of course, ma'am. It's...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles.
I'm sad to hear...
That's cool. Hasn't been there herself.
My husband used to drink there. The kids sometimes... The twins.
Can we maybe ask...
Be my guest. Well, most of it's... Please be conservative with the food.
A skiff, once you get in. Have you made... Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth.
What? Fine. Let's blast Sad FM.
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally. Want to
boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. In the silence, a sputter of wings. There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. You look at your arms, then the cliffs above you. Let's go. The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island.
Ah, yes, so it seems. For bringing munitions to the island, maybe? And supplies? You could also lock the bay from enemies. Enemies of the commune of Revachol.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far, the flock of quail departs on the islet. Like a silent of great importance to the few, a silent hiss. The faraway roar, snowfall, a low hum. Air flows, a flake of snow, called a mamadakwa.
Yes? It is. Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods. ICM. This feels...
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
Sounds an awful lot like...
It does. The RCM made it. It's impossible to say.
Nice political thought. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted...
There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. It doesn't really matter. No, an upside-down star.
With its horns in the...
No, that's the...
A DeLorean heiress.
After 44 years, one of these barrels was still leaking fuel.
An old cylinder. The lieutenant puts his...
It's cold now. Downstairs, somewhere. Liquid carbon. I would imagine it takes the kind that's favored by...
If anyone's stake, a hollow ring, the canister...
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher. Someone who has basic electrical skills has restored...
The wind outside picks up suddenly. Books and magazines, most are soft covers. Among what is mostly...
Someone's made themselves a home.
Soft covers, serialized fantastic. Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather...
Ooh, Sia. I agree. Humanitarian sciences.
Your incendiary remark has failed to Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential.
Again, I am not a philosopher, but...
Interesting. Soft...
Again...
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is...
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime. If you need a rest later...
You don't have to be a... You see a small...
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like it could still be usable. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open? Alright, I retract my statement. It was naive. Let's look around and get it open.
The heavy metal... Green paint flecks off them. The keys rattle like teeth. This key...
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs. Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé.
Nothing happens. The dial slides under the glass.
Insular. This is an off-air radio computer, I believe. We need to restore power before using this, officer. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe one of them still has something in it. My kinema. I don't want to do that. Let's just look around.
The consul stands by. There's a rain-soaked mattress.
This looks like a good place.
A single-person mattress and an empty... The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand...
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person. I didn't see any...
There's a firing slip, quite old and grimy. The springs scream trepidation. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you. A towering skyscraper. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof.
What does that mean? Do you...
More than that.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be prone. I think we have it. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest. Why? We don't go everywhere in the 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene. That's not procedure. Don't beat yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
The lieutenant pauses.
We will make up for it. Here, I feel. Where? You think so? We would see them if they were here.
Perhaps it's...
No, officer. It's not an invisible shooter. But this island, on the other hand. Or she. We should move.
This old cylindrical... The lieutenant assists you. Holding the canister, there's a red starter switch on the side of... The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse.
That should do it.
A dim golden glow animates.
It's on. Turn.
The lighting in the room. The old button is stuck. The old button is stuck. The dial slides under the...
Insular. This is an off-air radio...
The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anxiety.
After you. Don't be. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy to acquire. I don't know.
A thin wisp of smoke rises.
So did I. Not back there, but...
The white ceramic cure. Your movements cause tiny little clicks, like dice rolling somewhere far. I guess so. An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of it, then spits it out into the extinguished fire, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
My eyesight?
A shudder of disgust passes his right side.
I did. And you opened it. How? I should have burned that console down. Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM. I did.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a Triangong.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Signal commune. Military aid. You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, wiped from the board.
No. Put it down now.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out if it's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motion. The rifle's in a shabby state. Like on the butt, you see Vespertine.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape.
Jacketed. Military-grade ammunition.
The old man keeps following your motion. This looked very much like the murder.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, political commissar. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM?
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, 43 years. No. I've been on other islands too. I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was on E48, a nameless 43 years and 10 months. It's too long. It's not how a human being should live.
He just couldn't. He nods, but he can.
What have you been doing during...
Hiding, fishing, wait.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. 2 police officers step out of the whirling in rag. Patrol officer Judith Minot. Point. The officers go.
Always waiting. For her.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. Always. The material base for an uprising is the historic opportunity for her.
What has he done? Perhaps a confession?
Yes, what?
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith. And of courage, too. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat. A second is all it took for reaction to take hold. Petty bourgeois terror. It's the same thing. You haven't seen it.
And this was... when?
May the 13th, 08. 44 years. The combined might huddled on the floor.
A terrible shame. Still within it.
Now, I climbed the chain link across the water and hit airships. They'd all drowned in the lower levels.
Some kind of great terror.
The mask of humanity fall from... And then you see it. As it strangles and that the bourgeois are not human. I had to. I had to fight it. It's not an island. What? The congenitally deformed King Philip coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Kai Iblis. The black-eyed angel. How does anyone survive?
Now hold on there.
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater.
How is your health, Mr.
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been
The RCM can provide...
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You
also have Druamine.
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. I don't even know what. Inferno? At least you know it. The traders of this city turned the lights back on in the 30s, after the fighting stopped. It's disgusting. It was hard in the 10s. I didn't have partisan training.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated, and others too. At night, I used a dinghy.
In the city, you move on
from bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cared. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights, I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs. The propaganda bunker.
Propaganda?
They stored leaflets there. A lot of our boys did. I spent some winters there. I do. They're good. Plenty of tar.
The old man looks across the water.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International. The enemies of... Take me to them as a prisoner of war.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
No, I am not a soldier. Trained in historical material.
He nods slowly.
No, you're not. All the real communists are dead. They died fighting.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the... There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism.
There's nothing serious in this world.
For a 60-year-old man, he's prone to erratic hand gestures and clearly malnourished. But that's it. You can see no more by looking at his slouched frame. The moment passes, and you say,
I've used it.
Here we go.
Killing.
It's a gun. I've used it.
Interesting.
There is no after.
Go in straight. No. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to...
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
The who?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
Oh, yes. That...
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol.
A drop of blood, the scent of blood in the air. But what else?
Not a lot of guns around that use military.
It's a real gun. Not you look like imbeciles.
Damn, he saw you. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you.
Imbecile. I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You damn dill.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete. You've been here a long time, Mr. Droz. Too long. You need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part. Because it's a sniper's net.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything. Wait, here it comes. There were Maybells in the... and nowhere else. Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the sea. You got it. Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
Damn Maybells. So many this year, too. The spring is coming. They blossom on the island.
South.
The coast, too.
You must get around a lot to stay undetected all these years. Do you know any secret paths? Pinball workshops?
I may. Classier. With the victim. Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares what brand?
Show me the souls, please, Mr.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is called... These are not the unusual horizontal...
The size fits, but not the soul.
Simpler. The lieutenant. What are you doing? He's thinking. Not now. Stop yourself.
People change shoes, detective. It was you. You were there, weren't you? Crawling in a word. What were you doing?
Trying to rack your brains. You're desperate to report something back to your masters.
The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly. Some strange process within him. A gush of wind. Seagulls in the distance.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with... beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You have got your attention. Now you stop beating. Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less and...
The lieutenant raises his right. Hush. He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In fact, I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death. And that stupid nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. And so that...
Mr. Dross, are you...
Yes.
And you were looking at them? The victim and a young woman having sex?
The old man.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
I don't understand. Do you, detective?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope?
A rifle scope
helps him see all.
And if you don't like it, then you pull the
Yes. Think of it as a form.
Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on a wrinkled-up whore. Yes, old-fashioned. They moved into a deserted... I've seen their kind barely alive. I could see they've... them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. And I wanted to see his head explode. That's all it takes for the bullet.
This man has seen past her. And now he... to punish her.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning.
Past the Fell building on the...
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up.
And beautiful.
That.
How could you see what she looked like?
The sun came up. Her hair, her passport, and tickets to Villiers. After she was...
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible?
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put... Why would I? I did. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run. Rever.
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Boy, I'm not blind, am I?
He must have climbed to the roof, maybe.
What are you talking about?
You've been through the secret route behind the wording.
I've been through all...
Thank God, Lieutenant.
That nuke too?
Yes, that. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out.
You hear the familiar scribble. One more loose end down.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good...
You had to open the steel door in the...
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare keys all over, and I took one. There's...
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly.
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your... No, I don't really know. I was there one night, and she was crying, like a child, the day after I killed him. Yes, I don't know why.
It's as if something put the thought there, to leave the flowers. Neither does he. In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes, then nods it. One more down.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let him do to her. You're delusional. There's nothing to see in the soul of the bourgeois woman. It's the same as the surface. Sick hedonism. No one gives a shit what you think. Her.
The lieutenant, that's it. Motive.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days. I know she's gone. Locked up. Or like she knew I was here.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivers. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from an amphitheater. Smaller, distant, hidden, there, on a dilapidated jet. He's there, doing what exactly? Special Consultant Heidelstein is... As the men go, patrol officer...
We could get more. We've got him talking.
You could get more out of him. He likes talking. Enough. Take
a tragic comedy. Specifically, the whole city is because of the racists, pumped full of steroids. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III. Not since the serfs of intense, like animals. The worst of them is the worst is that old cop parading. Every morning he's there. While the parasites he fought to protect. That's all the rich really want. We did good when we pushed him under the horse cart.
The disco whores are too much. What was that about?
Whores. Yes, steroids. A racist. What is my opinion? You think? No. The rich man's looking at real estate and fiddling his kids. Wading through the corpses. You moralist types. The rich man doesn't care about another hideous disappointment. That deformed toad? That mobster toad?
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have...
You can't live alone.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in...
Don't go straight for the kill.
I haven't approached...
How did he know you were here?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago, neither of them could walk. Edgar did the talking. Never trust a social democrat who could let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful success. You know why I killed that fucker, Dwat.
Again?
Tried teaching him some Marsovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
The connection comes.
Hey.
He acknowledges it. Here we go.
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly. And money. She like
bordering on sentimentality. It drips out of him.
Called in, they say. On the eve.
No.
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really...
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the...
Here it is.
Because she was dead. Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her. She was going home, waddling, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that. It was someone shot her. Or maybe she just fell. I get these violent ideations.
Another big spike of rage.
Nothing changed. Not in the...
Edgar didn't keep his... If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment. We could even...
A degenerate worker state. Go shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. My days are short. All you know is I saw it happen. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. Her plump body bobbing up and down in that canal like...
There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody. And the lieutenant knows.
Every fucking morning. For 34 years, royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. I remember him, that one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pipe.
Fat and plump, like a pheasant.
He whispers with such predatory hunger.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think. No, better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd open...
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
No. I waited too long. I waited too long, and now he's...
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for...
They're all dead now.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000...
And I blew them all. What is it? All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Fuck you. You think I haven't seen people die?
He's not okay.
Glad we talked about...
His lip.
Glad we talked about what?
What strikes you about this gaunt man is... Indeed, it's a mystery. You've seen demented people before. Is this some kind of substance damage?
No. I won't be stuffed full of...
It's not a downer, rather an upper.
I don't know what that is. Like some kind of decadent rock star.
You've seen... Is this some kind of...
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood.
There it is again. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
The wind picks up.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the... Do you?
But... No, I don't want to.
He's sweating. Pupils are dilated.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
There it is again. Something completely...
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about?
Your skin crawls. delicate tangle of arms and legs. It's still there.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3. You feel your legs shaking under you.
Tell me what you see, damn it.
I can see it.
4 simple words. Thank God. If he could, but that means it's really there.
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs. The segmented antennae, reed-like tufts, stick out. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch. Slowly, with your breath held, sweat drips from your brow. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect.
In 3. If it moves, you...
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its... The sweat on your arms feels...
I got it.
For all time. The antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you bit. The sensation is electric. Looks like someone's got hurt in a fight.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
The limb before you is incredibly light. A small shudder passes the creature's arm. Another shudder passes through the creature's limbs. No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth part. The faintest smell, like...
Careful. It may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like letting out that same apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting, a sensation.
I exist. Tell me what it's like for you. What is your illness? For me, it is not like that. I have states, not the emotions. Now I will tell you how it is for me. For me, shapes of plants and animals, an internal sensation. I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced the missing antenna. Yes, the leg tried to move around independently. Yes, thankfully someone ate it.
This would explain its antenna being smaller. No, it's what the 3 meters tall stick insect.
Yes, I am lucky. It is nothing compared to the horror.
It would take 1,000,000 years of evolution.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were... Yes, no one detected me for such a long, long time. No one believed I exist. Almost no one. Until you came, detective. Dripping of blood that smells like strawberry. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia.
It may have unknown, dangerous...
I went unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government, and tools I... Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. You can also eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Yum yum. Or read. Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to...
The deserter. He's been here for a long time.
No, you're awake. I am real. No, you are. The moral of our encounter, the tale too came with you. No one remembers. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out everything your eyes touch. Goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget? So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open them to see that. No.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. Okay. Is it somehow related to the case? I think you should back away from the unstudied species now.
No, the pale too. It isn't. You're a voice is also there. No, the pale too. It is. You're a voice is back. Also, no, the pale. It is a nerve. You're a voice is back. Everything your eye. Please do not do that again. Simian butcher. Soon, one of you will close your eyes and open. No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman turned from the ruin. You cannot lie to me. Behind you is no. She was held on Earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
The insect stops its stridulation, seeming to suddenly. No. Stop. Be afraid. As you do, the invertebrate comes to life. Its limbs move, shifting around in the reeds around it. In the muddy water, you notice some of its hind legs apparently standing on the water. The insect, sudden, no. As you do, shifting, the insect, sudden, no. The invertebrate comes back to life, stridulating. Sets.
It's good.
For a moment there, he was afraid. The arthropod, as you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, and something under it, in the place it stood,
it's gone. Apparently, yes, like a water strider. Only looks like a nest of some sort.
What now?
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need...
This passport.
Classia's hidden documents. From the MT boy. Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have
By now, the lieutenant has accepted your
I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it. She said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katarzyna Alazia was supposed to be her real... I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now. In another city.
No, she lied to us. Her so-called real name was not her real name. Somehow she's managed to lie to us about that too. I don't know. But it's not Katarzyna Alazia, or Clasia, or Anouk Meyer-Smith. We didn't even scratch the... Perhaps it's better that we didn't arrest her. Who knows what hell she'd be raising in my district by...
The winds are... It's Clasia, with short black hair.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't see.
Mr. Dra...
The man does not respond. He keeps still, like an addict of some terrible substance. The plastic cape feels...
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem. Doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to...
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress.
There's much more. Remember...
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here.
No response.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Mm-hmm. Mr. Dross, have you... The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical... He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene, it does not seem to be animated now it's left. I mean, why not? It... Like a drug? His pupils appear to be dilated. They still are... Told you? Yes, good. During your long staring match, I understand. He did seem distressed when it finally came to a... I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
He stares into the reeds. Your words don't stir anything in him. Perhaps you...
I lost...
He turns his eyes to the...
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made it... This site is a T9, Mr. Dross.
Silence. Nothing. The last M...
If Kuno kicked...
No reaction.
Did you take this pass...
There.
He hears us.
No reply.
Try something else? We got...
The plastic cap. The blacks of his eyes are receding. The strength has all gone out of him.
We should think about getting back to the mainland.
The skiff is swaying.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight, but for the sound of... Two men and a woman stand on the... You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him. I want to call you a teapot, but I'm honestly kind of impressed. No idea where you got all that gear, but there's no doubt in my mind that some bad people are looking for it. Also, you look like a fucking idiot. Oh, really? They don't seem bothered by it? That's because you're a cop. Actually, are you? Are you still a cop?
Vic, calm down.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Quemar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the Alp. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant and not a...
But this is clearly a departmental matter, So I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
Ari, we want to help you. Tron?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact,
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you...
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went. Speaking of which, the giant aerografito in front of the building. The one that's burning. Did you do that? I knew it. Didn't I tell you, Trant?
The line is from Lord Yatun's Mirova 82, isn't it? About girl-child communism, the titular returning character to ghost the apparition of...
Don't encourage him, Trant.
Okay.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. I didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were so fucked up on booze you couldn't recognize your own partner.
Yes, I'm Trant Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Trant Heilestam. Mikhail? Mikhail's my son.
His son? What a joke. Everyone is lying to you.
No, I was just interested in the Feld building and the Martinez beachhead. And Mikhail wanted to see my... What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s. Like partial psychotraumatic...
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's...
Lieutenant, my name is not Rose-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends. Right, sir.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisuragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells? Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me, Jude, Trant fucking Heilestam, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm technically just a civilian.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show. Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. Do? It's a major crimes unit. We cleared the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit here now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die. Here we go. Alcoholic delirium. Visions. All must pay. God, you told us to fuck off. Oh, you think it was cool you saying that? None of us wanted to see the abyss. So we fucked off. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage.
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retro as displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
And what is that?
That is what I thought, at first, that it was a fantasy. But I've seen him work. It's not. He really is experiencing something out of the ordinary. He really does not remember.
Lieutenant, I'm sorry, but you've been bewitched by the shit kid. It happens. I know it's hard to accept, but
Detective Vigmer. He has blacked out before. We should take the... Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more...
The 2 cases in your ledger, those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is... Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader, hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Agreed, Harry. Just don't expect us to get you a disability pension. Cops who actually...
They can keep that pension. You're rock solid.
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just stand. No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Underwater killer. So funny, Harry. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my payslip. You know that, right? It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge. We're not armor cops. We're cops. People don't know us by your armor. The thing that tells people you're a police officer.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand. You juggle the badge for a second. Ouch! You strained your elbow.
He found it. He found it, Jean. It's his badge.
And your gun? Upgraded it. I don't care about your weapon mania, Harry. I only care about... I don't care. Where is the gun the RCM gave you to kill people with? Where is that one? He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. Is your gun's natural a little drink? You smell like a corpse. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Classier something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports. Lieutenant Kitsuragis. We know.
Well, if she was specially trained, I'm not even gonna get it. Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. That's small compared to the 7 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with...
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted.
Here comes the count.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once, but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could. Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing.
You've spent the week with him. On Lieutenant Yufretor.
Well, the drinking, the last gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sucked.
Then there's the apocalypse thing. At first I thought it was a joke, but it's not. He actually thinks the world is about to end. It's worrying, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a fascist, a far-right woman hater, and of course, also into race stuff. Which, for a police officer, not good. Other still, he is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know. But he is vocal on both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea. And the drugs, of course. Some kind of anti-radiation drug he uses to induce visions. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a valiant effort.
Okay, he did something.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid. You hear gasps beneath.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell. Is this...
Detective? The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor.
So it is connected.
I must say, this is absolutely...
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Four kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was...
It's not that okay. Get off this...
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued color.
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests... Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. As in cloning itself? What makes you think so? Then it wouldn't matter if it's male or female. The bower would just be rudimentary behavior from before the...
That makes sense.
Very interesting. Such organisms are extremely vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the whole species. Yes. That would be a chiromone. A pheromone that's seeming... There are species of bees that under the influence of chiromones...
Nothing is off the table. But...
Of course, Lieutenant. Of course. We should treat the case and the Phasmid as...
They're not going to go for this speculation in the constabulary.
Yes, but also reed-colored.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Cop discovers news piece.
This would really help?
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers.
Without it.
You're doing good here. Perhaps quit while you're ahead? Or no?
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym. The custom started in Grad, where this man's mother...
So,
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cult.
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Possibly induced. But even without that, these men spent 50 years on the islands in the bay. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died.
it's a clean win.
It's way more than that.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry.
God damn it. It is bad. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open, in Martinez.
Understood.
But a case against...
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry.
Still, good work with the missing person.
It's still a point for you. No denying.
I don't know what a Doom commercial area is. Why? That's not...
There was a possible witness in there, and it was close to the crime scene. He was just chasing a lead and ended up...
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
I don't want to, but you discovered a news piece, so I have...
Honestly, anything that ends this...
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the...
Now you will finally get to know who you... The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his...
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry. Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe... You haven't told us about that. You just told us about being a gym teacher.
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable... The fact that you don't seem to know what homosexuality is, and how you're able to
The incredible stamina output. Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy.
In your 20s or late 20s, you've really let yourself go since then. Yes, you taught gym in Cool. I believe that's the term. Taught gym at a high school. You were a high school gym teacher.
The smell of sweat and glue. The worn floor.
High school. Harry, your goings-on with Kuno, Andre, Acel, the whole thing on the ice. That's why you are so juvie.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also,
you really went with it too. Really?
Yeah. Dora England, I think.
Not Dora Dubois.
Something like that. No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God, I don't know. 6 years ago?
6 years and you haven't gotten over it? What the hell is wrong with you?
Yeah. Or 7. You're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. Incredibly bangable. She was extremely fuckable, Harry. Gorgeous.
Heartbreak, pain.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spirit.
Look, the sun is about.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that. Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? With the bad guys.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You are just understaffed.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district need.
Get back to it. We left Torson and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good. Mac the Torso Torson?
God. There are 4 wings, Harry. A, B, C, and D. We're in C. It's made of losers and clock punchers.
There's also a lot of outside help involved. Not all.
He's anything but a loser.
Ptolemy Price? He's the son of the old Price.
He's one of the most highly regarded men.
Somewhere under the curved roof of a former they speak of change. The city. The tension on the streets.
So he remembers that. Yes, there may have been a raid on some churches.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information.
He means it. The RCM and its enemies, your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps.
Jamrock is the largest
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often
Thank you again, Lieutenant. Who is Lena?
Tabernacle? It's on the way up.
Fine. If we're gonna
She and her husband were They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver.
She is going to watch out or she'll faint.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to... Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper drifts by.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my work with Price?
Would fit in. I'm crazy enough.
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant.
I do like the sound of that.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go.
The great district hums in the slowly falling. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are drawn.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go...